Hey guys, it's me Astrid, and I wanted to just share with you some cool stuff today. Last night was my first time going to the Orchid Society meeting. I went to the Portland Orchid Society meeting. Um, if you're in Portland, you should go, especially if you're young, because the average age there is about 50 to 60 years old, I would say. And all the people were so nice and really friendly and giant orchid nerds, just like me. And I can't believe I haven't gone before, but for whatever reason, for the last year and a half of my growing and blossoming, pun intended, orchid obsession, I have never gone to a meeting. How silly is that? So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to maybe show some pictures to you guys of all the orchids. There was a judging. There were some beautiful orchids grown nearby, and I think like a specimen-sized orchid I got to see, which was great. But yeah, and they gave me some orchids last night. So new members, and I have yet to officially join, but they were like, no, take it. New members got a Cattleya orchid. And I don't have any Cattleyas yet, and I've been a little scared to try them because my climate is pretty cool. I am in a temperate climate with coastal climate influences, so we're mild weather. Summer is really sunny and pretty warm, but winters don't get very cold, and we don't get a lot of light all winter. As today it's pretty overcast, so I was worried I won't be able to properly care for these guys. But I said, what the heck, I'm getting it for free. I better take it and give it a shot. This is a, what is the SLC again? I forgot. Something Cattleya, Hawaiian Lightning, cross something Cattleya. And it was supposed to be sugar, but it apparently got written wrong. Bear. So this one's going to be red with a yellow little face on it, and I'm really excited to see it bloom. These were all in kind of rough shape. They're a little tired and their roots were a little bit weak, so this might take a while to recover, but I'm going to set it in my window and see what happens. And the orchid that I won in the silent auction was this Brassavola. This is Brassavola nodosa cross Brassavola grandiflora. It's apparently from Gold Country Orchids in California, and it has a root system that I am pretty excited about. You can see all these roots. You can see these coming off the side. These are nice healthy roots here. This one's kind of dead, but this has, I was just reading about these yesterday, and I read online that this person loves their nodosa, but it looks like they're just growing chives in the bathroom. And then I saw this chive-like leaves at the Orchid Society meeting in the silent auction. I was like, I better bid on that. And apparently this puts a very beautiful smell at night. The leaves are really actually thick. They're not bendy, they're just thick. I expected them to be like grass, but they're actually just like, I don't know, thin celery or something. I actually hate celery because it has hair in it, but that's an entirely different thing. So I'm going to try to figure out how these need their care done. Apparently, dendrobiums and cattleyas and brassavolas all need similar light requirements. So I've got them set up all in the window right now with some screens over it, and we'll see if they are happy because I do have 4 light-loving orchids. Now that I've blabbed a little bit to you guys, I wanted to turn it over to a slideshow of some pictures that were in the competition. So let's look. Alright, so first we had this gorgeous Bulbophyllum trishii. It had long, velvety, ropey petals, and I'm starting to learn that Bulbophyllums can be quite gorgeous, very strange. Here's a Masdevallia grown by a lady who specializes in them. This is pretty small. The flowers might be long as my finger, but here's a tiny baby one, and we used a magnifying glass to look at this Masdevallia to see the little details of nature. Next up, what do we have is a Cattleya. This flower was massive. It was like 6 inches across, and the plant was even bigger. I can see why people don't keep them so much because they're so big. Next, we had some beautiful Paphiopedilums. These were for sale. This was 2 flowers on 1 plant, and then we've got this lovely Maudie hybrid that was almost black.
It was really something to see. Then we've got this tiny little, I forget what kind, but it's similar to a Phalaenopsis orchid, mounted. And really the flowers were as small as my fingernail almost, and they had a little smile on them. Do you see it? Then this was Half Crouching Tiger. It had 5 flowers coming off of one stalk, and they were pretty impressive. And you can see the tiger stripes on it. This is Epicanthrum. I'm not sure what it is, but it was fragrant and very tiny, maybe 1-inch flower. And then we've got a specimen-sized orchid. I forget what this is, but is it a Cattleya? I can't tell, but it was huge and gorgeous. And then finally we have this very, very large Masdevallia grown by a lady who specializes in them. And it was just, oh, so big. I would love to have one.
Alright, so I hope you enjoyed those pictures. They're very pretty. I'm sorry if I missed any of the names of those orchids. I hope I can get you at least the genera so you can look them up yourself, but they're really, really beautiful. I enjoyed the Orchid Society, and if you have a local Orchid Society, definitely go. And if you're interested in orchids, this is the time of year when many major cities are having large orchid shows through the American Orchid Society or your local state and city orchid societies. So if you're curious to see more orchids, even if you're not that big of a nerd, it's really cool. It'll be a nice date for someone who likes to look around and do something social and creative, and a lot of orchid people are pretty nice, I find. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye bye.